going to talk to you for just a moment and welcome you to the introduction to TechSoup's digital marketing services and use cases. My name is Aretha Simons. I'm the webinar producer here. So glad to be here with you today. Before I turn it over to Lisa quickly, I'm going to show you on the next slide how you can engage. I know many of you familiar with our webinars. One thing I really want you to know is there's going to be a survey that's going to pop up when you close this window. If you have to leave early, that's fine. The survey will pop up on your window. Just two simple questions. Let us know what kind of webinars you would like to see in the future and what you thought about today's webinar. This is being recorded and you're going to get the slides with the video replay, which you are going to want to watch the video replay so you can get some of those nuggets and some of those freebies that's going to come with the slides. I'm going to turn this over to Lisa quickly and get out of the way. She's going to tell you more about her, and she's from TAP Network. She's a director of account strategy. Have a great webinar, Lisa.
Thanks so much, Aretha. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're calling in from. My name is Lisa Quigley, and I am the Director of Account Strategy here at TAP Network. And I'm really thrilled that you joined us today. We have a great group, and I'm going to try and answer as many questions as I can and also engage with you. So feel free to use the chat and also that question bar, and I can either answer right in that question, or I can answer live. So I will try to switch back and forth. I have over 20 years of marketing experience, communication, working with everybody from startups to entrepreneurs to Fortune 100 companies. Back before there were websites, on traditional marketing and events. And now, of course, we are in the digital era. So welcome. TAP Network is a mission-based organization, and our tagline, "Your vision is our mission," it really isn't just a statement. It's why I joined the company, to do good. And it's the foundation of how we work with our clients, because your goals are our utmost important thing that we do. We want to maximize your impact. So how do we do that? Websites. We create custom websites that aren't only visually stunning, but they're functional, accessible, and they're optimized for engagement. And again, they're optimized to hit whatever your goals are. Marketing. So we do strategic campaigns. I'll walk through some of those. Automation. So email workflows, I'll walk through some of those. And of course, this wouldn't be a webinar in 2024 if we weren't talking about AI solutions. As we all know, artificial intelligence is really changing the game. So we help organizations utilize AI and streamline their operations. All right, let's get into this. This, again, is going to be very high level, but we are going to get through a lot here. So as you all know, marketing is essential for any organization and for your nonprofit success. Number one, it helps to build awareness. It helps you tell your story and make sure that your mission is visible to the right audience. And we have to activate those donors, those volunteers in the community. So having a strong marketing strategy inspires action, and it encourages individuals and organizations to care about what you're communicating and what you're working towards. And again, drive funding. So we'll talk about how we actually, at the end of the day, drive donations, volunteer support, and a broader community engagement through your digital marketing efforts. But first, a quick poll, if I'm going to launch that. I would love to know how much your organization's total annual budget do you think should be allocated towards digital marketing? So I'm going to try and launch that again. Let's see.
I'll launch it for you. I'll launch it for you.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so we have less than 5%, 5 to 10%, 10 to 20, or more than 20%. I'd love to see the responses coming in. So we have Oh, it's switching back and forth from 5 to 10 to more than 20. All right, I think we'll give you a couple more seconds. All right, I'll share the results with everybody. So we have about 13% that says less than 5, 40 in the majority say from 5 to 10, 13% from 10 to 20, and 33% say more than 20. All right, so let's get into what our recommendations are for a marketing budget. So this can range and it can change, even though if your organization is in growth mode, you may be on the higher end of this. And typically all in, we say between 5 and 15% of your annual budget should be spent on marketing. And here's how the breakdown goes approximately. So on a website, about 1 to 3% of your total revenue. On technology, so this is something we're going to talk about, CRMs, which is a constituent or a customer relationship management system. And then campaigns or communications. This would be print. This could be, ads, social media. That's going to be another 5 to 10%. And again, this ranges. Do you want to grow? Are you in a local area and you are just happy where you are? But again, this just gives you a good idea. We work with thousands of nonprofits about what they're spending. All right, digital marketing. Oh, we have another poll, Aretha, if you don't mind launching that one again. So where does your nonprofit need the help the most? And this may, if you reference those slides again, be where you put maybe the majority of your marketing budget. So website development and maintenance, digital marketing strategy, donor engagement and fundraising, CRM, that's what I talked about. That's how you manage all your lists and data management, or AI consulting. Donor engagement and funding is looking like it's the winner. And of course, without donations, without the sponsorships and money coming in, your organization may be limited. All right, we can end that poll. Thank you for all sharing your results. So we are going to touch on all of these aspects over the next 50 minutes or so. And again, don't be afraid to use that Q&A or even the chat. All right, so here's our nonprofit blueprint. This is basically marketing 101. And we're going to walk through starting from branding, going all the way down to AI. And you may be all the way through to number 5 and need help with communications campaigns. Every organization has a foundation at a different point. So I'm going to go over this, pretty quickly. And then again, feel free to stop me if you want me to elaborate on anything. So branding is really, that is your visual identity. You can think of famous brands that we know, from Target to Nike to Amazon, and you can immediately identify a mark and their name with visuals, maybe even colors. And I'm a part of several nonprofits, and it doesn't matter if you have a budget of $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year, all the way up to multi-millions. Every organization can put some thought into their logo, the colors, your marketing collateral, making sure your digital assets, and then what message that you're putting out there to the world. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but you could dig down deeper into each one of these different categories. Just to show you, when this is a campaign that TAP did for the Department of Public Health on birth control. And we redid their logo, their messaging, and it was all on purpose based on the target audience, where they were going to be utilizing the logo. And you can see that it has a cohesive look and feel. With AI technology, it is a lot easier to really level the playing field and come up with these brand visualizations for your organization. So the second part of the nonprofit marketing blueprint is your website. This is your communication, your brochure to the outside world. There are some strategies and resources that we want to provide to you to make sure that you're getting the most out of your website. We want to make sure when we're going to a website as a consumer, um, we're looking for these things. So we want to make sure that for our organization, it's there. We want to have a clear mission and statement and one-liner. We want to have, what is the value? What makes your organization different? And what problem are you helping to solve? There's impact stories and testimonials. So when you go to a website and you say, is this legitimate? What are other people saying? Having that right front and center will allow viewers to say, yes, this is a credible organization. And then, of course, some people miss this. It's a call to action, and not having all calls to action. Check out my social media, sign up for my newsletter, make sure you donate, make sure you volunteer. You want your call to action to be on purpose and tied with your goals, and also in the right order on your website. So another thing I want to just double click on is your one-liner on your website. Utilizing AI, we talked about the order, stating what's your problem, what's your solution, and what's your impact. If we're not all marketing professionals, we could utilize AI by coming up with our one-liner, saying what it is your organization does and succinctly stating this. This is an example of a website that we did, and we made sure that the brand story in the one-liner was, right up in front. So Delaware Birth to 3 Early Intervention Program supports families with infants and toddlers who have or are at risk of developmental delays. How do we do this? We help your child reach their full potential through assessments, personalized plans, and expert guidance. And if you check out most websites, you're going to start to notice that there is a strategy to what information is presented first, second, or third. And if you want to know what that strategy is, the inside tips out of the thousands of websites that we've created is you're all going to be able to access this downloadable guide. I use it with all of my clients of how to create a highly converting website. It's going to walk you right through it. So we are happy to provide that resource for your website. All right, you got your brand up, you got your website up, and next it's your campaign strategy. All right, making sure that when you're communicating, you know who you're communicating to and the message that you're saying resonates with your audience, no matter where they are. So with our clients, we create personas based on their goals, and then we develop messaging based on these funnel stages of awareness. Are they just learning about your organization? Or maybe they've heard of it, they've heard about it from a friend, and now they want to engage, they want to volunteer. Those two messages, and as we go through that funnel, are very different depending on where your audience member is in that stage. And there are, again, utilizing AI, utilizing marketing resources, you can identify your messages based on science, the health belief model of perceived susceptibility, perceived severity, perceived benefits. And again, if this seems like, wait a minute, this is too much with my messaging, there's so many tools to be able to help you build your messaging and get it right. Not only AI, but utilizing TAP as a partner. The next resource, so now you have your branding, you have your website, you know who you're reaching and you know how you're reaching them. And you're starting to funnel people into your website and collect their information. But then what? How are you going to maintain and manage all of the people that want to find out about your business? And at TAP Network, we utilize mini CRMs, but we are a platinum provider of HubSpot. And this is an all-in-one communication, fundraising, really a customer service platform that helps the organizations that we work with grow better. So all of your contacts would go into the back end of the HubSpot. It segments your audience. You could say, okay, maybe they're donors, maybe they're volunteers, maybe these are potential volunteers. Because what we've learned with data, marketing has changed so much over the past 20 years, but now we have data to say what messages are people engaging with. And this is the platform that provides us with all that data. All right, so I'm going to go through it again. We have our branding, we have our website, we have our communications campaign, and we have our messaging. And now when we are sending everybody to the CRM, we have their data, we need to communicate with them. So at TAP, for our clients, we create campaign workflows. This is really going to act as another person, another resource without actually being another person or resource. We set up automated workflows. It could be, again, based on segment, or it could be based on where they are in that funnel of awareness, conversion, or maybe they're a loyal advocate and they're going to help you communicate your message. So I can get more into that if anyone has any questions about campaign workflows. I'm sure if you've signed up for any newsletter for any consumer product, you've been entered in a workflow where you get a welcome email. And then a couple days later, it says, oh, I see you were browsing, this item. And then maybe it's in your cart. So that's what this technology allows organizations to do. Maybe it's someone from your organization that has clicked on the donate button or a resource button, and we can follow up with them automatically without having to manually communicate with them. All right, we're going down the funnel to how are we going to get people to your website? And there are 3 different sections that we like to talk about. We talk about earned media. And what that is your social media. How many people are sharing? What are you putting out there? And people are, for free, receiving your message. And we have paid media, which we all know that is pay per click, Facebook, Google ads, billboards, print ads. And then you have your own media. So this is not, this is your website. These are things that you own, that you are investing in to share your message. All that contributes, again, into your marketing blueprint strategy. Some of you may be dabbling in paid media. Maybe you're just doing earned media, but we like that sweet spot of using it all together to be able to accomplish your goals. All right, I hope you're all hanging with me so far. The 7th point of creating your nonprofit blueprint is that lead generator. This was the middle part of our sales and communication funnel. So people are already aware about your organization. Maybe they've interacted with your website, but they're not quite sold enough to be a volunteer or a donor. So they want to interact a little bit more. We utilize those email workflows to make people aware of webinars or events, or, we have downloaded guides. It's like, all right, I hear what you're saying. I'm interested, but I'm not totally sold yet. So this is a very important part of your marketing strategy because it gets people a little further down in the funnel, and the information they need, you're providing to them to make their decision. Does anybody have white papers or any downloadable guides that you're using? I would love to hear if anybody's utilizing that strategy on their website or email. So just like we want to create a lead generation, whether or not it's for email or for volunteers, we can also create a lead funnel for donations. And again, this is once people have been made aware of your organization, maybe found out more through a webinar, and they're convinced that your passion, your problem, what you're doing to solve that problem, they want to be a part of. So we've hit the bottom of their funnel, but we need to make sure that it's easy for them to act. So these are just tools that you want a checklist that you can use. All right. Is it easy to find? Is it easy to use? Does it look trustworthy? All those things are important for conversion. And AI enhancements. So I've mentioned AI a couple times, but we can't understate the impact that it's having not only in marketing, but in every industry and in every facet. But it's no different here. So on the back end of HubSpot, there is AI automation and predictive marketing. And what that means is based on users' experience previously, they can change up subject lines. They can change up emails based on AI telling us what is working and what's not. This is the same with fundraising enablement. Maybe we have someone going to your page and we know that they're fundraising, but they haven't hit it yet. We can put them into an AI workflow that helps step by step get them to become a loyal followist of your organization. I talked earlier about, okay, we need a one-liner, we need a brand story. Just copywriting and using generative AI as a language model really changes the game. At TAP, we are able to help you with your AI strategy. There are so many tools, so many new businesses that are coming out utilizing this AI technology. And sometimes it is hard to navigate. So we're here to help you, organizations of all sizes along your AI journey. Now, I love this slide because when we talk about, all of those marketing aspects that I went through very quickly, but they are important to communicating what your organization does. You're like, I would love to do that, but as an executive director or marketing or whatever your role is, our time, we live in a fast-paced society and time is of the essence. So, 50% of your time could be spent on fundraising and donor relations. You have board meetings and prep and financial management. All of these tasks add up into your day-to-day job. So how, with the resources that you have, can you utilize, can you take advantage of the marketing blueprint? And there are many different ways. So I'm going to get into TAP and TechSoup's relationship. And I'm trying to, read the chat to see if there were any questions and how we can help your organization. TAP offers a variety of different services from, as I mentioned, strategy, AI usage, social media marketing, inbound marketing. Wherever you are along that blueprint, we would be able to help and give you back that time. These are just a couple of the companies and resources that we've created from back-end management of, we really want to hit this donation goal. We have an event coming up. Can you help take the outreach off of our hands and communicate to our list on a regular basis? We want to increase donations, increase events. We do that in a combination of ways, utilizing a CRM, utilizing a website. And there are many different ways, again, to work with us, no matter your budget. So we have multiple retainer levels. And why each level is important is just depends on how much support is needed and if you are in a growth phase. But we do it on an hourly basis. So if I went back or go back to all of the things that we offer as far as the marketing blueprint at an affordable rate and say, I only need, 4 hours at a time because I really just need help crafting my message or fixing the logo. Perhaps it's a little bit more. You need more foundational support on more of those items. We have a package for that. And then, say you really need a new website or you want to launch a communications campaign because you have a new mission statement and you change the direction of your nonprofit slightly. Well, we have the ability to work with you on a retainer basis a little bit of each time to help accomplish that goal. So maybe it's not a $20,000 website, but you're able to utilize $2,000 a month, 20 hours, and we can step by step help get you where you need to be. Did I skip one? All right, so how to get started. We're going to make this pretty easy for you. Everybody signed up for this webinar, so you've been to the TechSoup website and you go under website services and digital marketing services. That's where you will find our services and also amazing resources. There is a handy dandy form that you will fill out and we'll go to our team. And also you will be able to access all of our resources, not only from this PowerPoint, we made it very simple and that we are sending to you, but also from the website. So after this webinar, what you will receive, how to choose a CRM. I sort of see the chat going by. I think that somebody was talking about there are a variety. I talked about HubSpot today, but there are a variety of different CRMs for organizations of all different sizes. Kind of like, I don't know why this popped up, but cereal at a grocery store. Sometimes the choices are overwhelming. This guide will help you choose a CRM, which is right for your organization. I talked about ChatGPT. Well, I talked about AI. I didn't really mention ChatGPT, but there's Claude. There's so many advanced language models out there. But if you've experimented with them, maybe you've utilized it for different things, there is an art and a science to being able to get the information that you need out of ChatGPT or other models. This ebook is really going to give you all of the resources you need. It's going to give it's going to make being a prompt engineer very simple. And this is directed all for nonprofits. So how to write my mission statement, how to get donor emails. It is a wealth of knowledge there right at your fingertips. And yes, I would love to answer any questions I have. And again, here's that link if you are ready to get started. Maybe you want an assessment of, let me put my website, let me put my marketing through an assessment. We have a tool here for you that would spit out a grader. All right. Any questions? Let me see if no questions in the Q&A. Thank you, Sierra is here from TAP helping to navigate the chat. So people are talking about WordPress and Elementor. We use those tools here to help build our websites. Okay, if that's it, this was short and sweet. I'm happy to go back into any of the marketing blueprint details for branding. If you have questions about websites, about communications campaign, I am here. But if not, we will make sure that you get a copy of this recording as well as the slides and all of the downloadable resources at your fingertips. Oh, we got another question. Or a question. Curious about what automation software you recommend. So that will be within your CRM, your customer relationship management system, like HubSpot or one of the others. I believe someone mentioned another software that they use, but this is where you can set up your automations that says, somebody signed up for a general interest form on my website. Then they go back into the CRM, and we've set it up so that they get a welcome email, a couple days to a week later, that they're going to get about maybe more information about your organization with a call to action to volunteer, the call to action based on your goals. We're going to work them through that funnel, giving them perhaps a recording of a webinar, of frequently asked questions about your organization, and engage with them. All of that is already, set into that CRM system. And you would get notifications along the way, but it really helps free up time. Could you go over again how to drive people to your website for profit or for nonprofits using social media, branding, and any other tips? For sure. So based on your organization and where you are on that marketing blueprint, I would take a look at, take an objective view. When I look at my organization, what do I think when I look at the logo, the colors, the marketing material? Is it cohesive? And is my tagline, my one-liner, really saying what I want to communicate? So making sure that messaging is and the brand and the visual is really your starting point. The other thing is knowing your audience. It's a very different message if you're talking to parents of toddlers versus environmentalists, you know, with PhDs. I don't know. I'm just trying to give a very different example of the language that you use and the process that you take. So then, yes, take a look at the language. These are often steps that, we want to get on social media. We might want to get on TikTok, or we talked about Meta or X, and we want to push our messaging out there, but really stepping back and making sure that messaging is communicating what it is you want to say about your organization. And then think about ease of use. Okay, if someone is interested, is it easy for them to find the information they need and also give us as a company their information for follow-up? It's it's really important if we're spending time creating content on social media. If we're sending people to our website, we don't want to lose them there. And to answer your question a little bit more about like how specifically to drive people to your website, like there are, many different avenues. You think of way back, I could have an event, I could have a webinar, I could do a print ad. I think it all goes back to your goal and your audience and making sure you're not trying to do too much with your budget. So I think asking those questions, will really help to make sure you choose, I'm talking to millennials, Gen Z. I know I want to start social media. I know I can't manage 4 accounts, but I'm going to start with 1 and I'm going to see how this resonates. One thing that we do consistently as TAP is we're not going to plan out our entire year for ourselves or our client. We really plan out, a couple months at a time, and then take the time after we've executed to look back at that data to make sure, is it working? What are people responding to? And then change our marketing up from that. All right, Makai, create advice, HubSpot. Yep. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, a few more seconds, see if anybody else has any questions. Awesome. Thank you, Zach and Sierra. All right, Aretha, I think we are all good. We are here as a resource. Thank you for attending today's webinar, and we will chat with you on the next one.